Good morning, and welcome to your daily Farm and Home Show, brought to you by the University of Kentucky Cooperative Extension Service. And now, here's your host. Good morning, and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna, and this morning we're visiting with Dr. Carrie Knott. She's with the University of Kentucky's Extension Agronomist there. Good morning, Carrie.
Good morning.
Now, Carrie, the other day we talked about the corn condition, and we're going to switch our focus a little bit to soybeans. But I've had a lot of people say, you know, people are talking about soybeans, but I see some that are, you know, almost look like they're fully grown, and then some that are just not even kind of peeping out above the straw there. So let's just start by talking about the different types of soybeans that we raise in the state of Kentucky.
Sure, yeah. In Kentucky, we're pretty blessed. We have two different rotational systems. We have a corn followed by soybean, and we call that our full season rotation. And then we also have what we call our double crop, and so we get 3 crops in 2 years. And so we start with corn, we follow that in the fall with after harvest with the winter wheat. When we harvest that winter wheat, we put in what we call our double crop soybeans. And so that would be sort of those ones that are just peeping up right now, right? Yeah.
And because we did have a little bit later harvest. The rains kind of came and delayed harvest a little bit, and people started getting nervous about planting soybeans. Now, certainly we're in much better condition than our farmer neighbors out to the west that were, you know, dealing with floods and different things like that. But so far, what does the early season beans look like, and what do the double crop beans look like?
Well, right now we've been pretty lucky. You almost hate to talk about a good season because then something catastrophe is going to happen, right? But so far, early in the season, we had a little bit of issue with stand establishment on our full season soybeans. So anything that went in early was really struggling, those full season beans, to get out of the ground. And it's really hard to know right now whether it was all the rains we got after planting that crusted the soil and then prevented the soybeans from coming up, or if we had a seed vigor problem, because the seed that we used was really, we suspected that it would not come up in challenging conditions for a variety of reasons. And so across the state, we have some stand establishment problems for full seasons for one reason or another. Those that came out, we have some fields in the far western part of the state that were ravaged by slugs, and literally we had acres, swaths that were eat up by slugs. And so there are some areas that are struggling in Kentucky. Of course, they've replanted those. They look better now. So our full season beans we're very optimistic about. I think most of what I'm hearing across the state is it flowering, which is a great growth stage to have at this point. And so it's important for those producers to be scouting, making sure we don't have any diseases or pests coming in, and controlling those. For our double crops, our little baby beans, you know, it's just a wait and see type of situation. I hate to say it, but all the rain, well, we got a little bit of rain from the hurricane event, right? It actually probably was slow and steady enough, and just enough to get those beans kind of a jump start in terms of moisture.
And you know, I get asked the question a lot, how's the rain affecting all these different crops? And the thing about it is, at these different stages, our plants need different things that point in time. And unfortunately, there's no one perfect weather pattern for all of our crops.
No. And typically, if we have a good grain year, that means we've had a lot of water frequently throughout the season, and generally that means the tobacco crop is suffering, right? Because it's had too much water. And so in Kentucky, we typically do not have great seasons for every crop we grow. But at this point, most of our crops are kind of in the same boat. They need water. They need at least an inch and a half of water. Right now, a lot of our corn needs 2.5 inches right now each week to really maximize yield. So we're kind of all over the board. But these small little drinks are really what we need. It was super, super, super wet, right? So our plants do not have a root system under them. We're going to have that continued little sips of water throughout the season to really optimize our yields this year.
And we always hold our breath, July, August, because we're always worried that the water spigot's just going to turn off and we're not going to get any. And with those shallow-rooted plants,
this year it could be a really bad problem, right? Not only for harvest, but what about lodging of corn later in the season, because there's no roots under them once we are ready to harvest. So there's a lot of things. Like I said, I don't want to jinx the year, but the farmers still have a long way to go.
So far, so good.
That's right.
And we're crossing our fingers for the rest of the season.
Right.
Is that the message, Carrie?
As always.
All right, so if you have questions about scouting your fields or maybe some upcoming events, make sure to check out KentuckyGrains.info for more information. Thanks, and have a great day. If you have questions about today's topic, please call the Warren County Extension Office at the number on your screen. Thanks for watching and have a great day.